Hey guys, this is Angela. I'm the Family Service Director at Forest Lawn Funeral Home, Cemetery, and Mausoleum in Omaha, Nebraska. Today, we're going to talk about mausoleums. We're going to talk about the history of mausoleums, why people choose mausoleum, and we'll talk about some famous mausoleums and share some interesting facts that you may not be aware of. So just to give you a little history on the mausoleum, some folks have asked if it's a new concept. It's actually not. It's one of the oldest forms of burial known to man. In fact, of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, 2 of those are actually mausoleum. One is the tomb of King Mausolus, from which the word mausoleum derives, and the second is the pyramids of Egypt. So we know that the concept isn't new. Pyramids we know are over 6,800 years old. Some people have asked if it's an acceptable Christian tradition. It definitely is. As you know, Christ himself was not buried in the ground, he was entombed. So you never hear the mention of the grave of Christ, you always hear the tomb of Christ. In fact, early Christians were actually entombed in the catacombs below Rome. There's over 2 million of Christians entombed that we know of. People select mausoleums for many reasons. One of the reasons they choose mausoleum is because it's less choices they have to make at a very difficult time. A mausoleum is a chamber or a burial vault, but it's a package deal, so it takes care of the space, the vault, and the memorial all in one, making it very convenient and easy for family members. There's many reasons that people choose mausoleum over ground burial. One of the reasons is here in Nebraska, we get snow. If you don't like the weather in Nebraska, just wait 5 minutes. We have inclement weather, sometimes several months out of the year. So families come out and they can't find their loved one's gravesite underneath the snow, and that's very upsetting for them. With a mausoleum, you never have to worry about that. You can always pull up under the covered portico, go inside and visit your loved one, whether it's in the heated environment in the winter or the cooled environment in the summer. As we age and get older, and we utilize maybe walkers, wheelchairs, canes, it's a lot easier for someone to always be able to visit, because with ground burial you have sometimes the unevenness of the ground. It might be difficult for those to visit as we age and get older. Now let's talk about some famous mausoleums and some interesting facts that you may not know. If I came up to you on the street and asked you what the Taj Mahal was, is it a building or is it a mausoleum? What would you say? Most people don't realize this, but the Taj Mahal is actually one of the most famous mausoleums in the world, and it's a crypt, a mausoleum that an emperor built in the 16th century for he and his favorite wife. And I say his favorite wife because rumor has it that he had 44 of them. It was built in the 16th century at a cost of $32 million, basically broke the nation when he built it. But Taj Mahal means pride of the palace, and it is the finest tribute that one man has ever paid to one woman. Think of the Westminster Abbey. Most people think that that is just a church or a beautiful cathedral, which it is, but it's also one of the most famous mausoleums in the world. In fact, whenever a little royal is born, they set aside 2 crypts, one for that royal and one for their future spouse. It's the ultimate form of pre-planning. Many British have been buried or entombed there for over 750 years now. You're probably familiar with the tomb of the unknown soldier. The reason that we used a tomb is because we are not sure who that soldier is, and entombment is a form of burial recognized by most races, creeds, and religions. In conclusion, mausoleums have been around for many, many years, and they're still very popular to this day. In fact, many people are switching to mausoleum over ground burial. Mausoleums were once known for just the rich, the famous, the prestige, and that's just not the case anymore. Mausoleum is affordable for everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Angela, Family Service Director at Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. If you like content like this, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe below.